Whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, week 11 of the APA, the St. Louis Rampardos are taking on the Florida Gators in an epic week 11 showdown, the fight for first place. Both myself and Gator are at the top of the standings right now, sitting at a nice 8-2 record. I've got a plus 23 differential. He's got a plus 25 differential, if I'm not mistaken. And whoever wins this match will solidify the #1 spot in the league going into the final week of the season. So some pretty exciting stuff here. This is definitely an important match. I'm not going to stress about it, but it is definitely an important match to set the implications for what's going to go down in the playoffs, man. Hit that like button down below, show some love, root on your Rampardos here. If you missed last week's battle, you got to check it out, man. I put on my big boy pants, and we're going to put on our big boy pants again this week. So prepare yourselves for a fire team builder, because I got some fire stuff that we're bringing this week. Before I go any further though, definitely go take a second out of your day. Go follow the WBE on Twitter, at Pokemon WBE. The World Battle Entertainment League is a league that I started, actually I think it's been 2 years now, and we're actually going to be running a new season this summer for Ultra Sun and Moon, but we're going to be going big, and when I say big, I mean big. We're going to have a full YouTube channel dedicated to analysts working on videos every single week, including coach interviews and power rankings and top plays of the week and all sorts of stuff. We have a full analyst team. We have a website where you guys are going to be able to view the Pokemon that are on the teams and the standings and the matchups and everything there. We have the Twitter and more. So we are going to do Draft League the right way coming this summer. So get excited. 28 coaches throwing down in WBE. So go follow the Twitter. You can also find the YouTube link on the Twitter, but I haven't really finished setting up the YouTube yet. So check that out anyway. Let's talk about the matchup here with Gator. He's got a Mega Deontay, which is one of the biggest kind of fairy threats in the game, obviously, with power. I feel like we faced it earlier in the season, didn't I? I don't know. Greninja, of course. Greninja's a massive threat. It does only get Torrent, no Protein, but still a huge threat because of Dark Pulse, U-turn, pivoting options. Crobat, very fast, hard-hitting, poison, and flying type. Excadrill and Gigalith give him a sand option. Excadrill also can run Mold Breaker this match to deal with Bronzong. He's got an Alomomola, which is a very fat defensive Pokemon with a Regenerator. Flygon is one of his few hazard removers. Well, I guess he's got a few hazard removers, but it can defog. It also can Dragon Dance. Stoutland, another Sand Rusher, kind of benefits from Gigalith. Celebi, of course, is a very defensive kind of setup option for a Grass-type Pokemon with Natural Cure. Rotom Heat is a good Fire and Lich type that has Levitate, that can pivot around, Overheat, do some damage there. And then Gyarados, which in Open Z is very good because it can run Fly Z, it can Dragon Dance, it can set up and just try to wreck through things. So that's that's his team. I expect him to bring the Greninja for sure. I expect the Excadrill. I think the Alomomola makes a lot of sense. I think Deontay's too good to not bring. I could see Crobat coming. I could see Stoutland coming. I could see Gyarados coming. I mean, there's a lot of pieces that I think he could bring. I don't necessarily know if I see Gigalith. Like, I feel like he could go Gigalith. He could go Rotom. He can go one of the two. He might think that Rotom's enough for Tornadus. I'm not sure, but that's kind of a gist of what I expect. I don't expect my 6th on the layout to actually be totally right because, again, I do feel like there's a lot of variation there. I don't really expect the Flygon, though. I don't really expect Celebi, but I could see a Crobat mixed in there, like I said. So let's talk about the team, and I told you I'm bringing heat, so let's talk about it. This is a good squad, man. Kick things off with Bronzong here. This is a very special Bronzong set with leftovers, Gyro, Earthquake, Toxic, Stealth Rock, basically designed to switch into the Deontay, a Sandrush Excadrill, deal with Gigalith relatively well, you know, kind of just switch into a lot of different things. Crobat, really good Crobat switch in, and Flygon. It's just kind of a general glue for the team. Set up those hazards, Toxic, maybe Alomomola, but really Earthquake Gyro Ball there for Excadrill so it can't Swords Dance in my face. I've got my Thundurus here, which is running Nasty Plot, Agility, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast with the Fight Z. In certain situations, I Agility, and we try to sweep his team. In other situations, we Nasty Plot, we try to break his team. We can do both. Z Focus Blast, I've got to time that right, but that's going to do a lot of damage to him. So it just depends on the matchup of which one I bring. I would have liked to fit HP Bug on here, or HP Ice for Celebi, but I'm going to just take my chances that Celebi doesn't come, or that the rest of my team can deal with Celebi. I'm bringing my Heat Blastoise here. Scald, Rapid Spin, Hidden Power, Electric, and Mirror Coat. I've got a fancy EV spread on this, which has some special attacks, some defense, a little bit of special defense, max HP. This thing is designed as kind of a multi-purpose Pokemon. It is there to take on the Celebi, it's there to take on the Rotom, it's there to take on, you know, Gyarados with Hidden Power Electric, it's there to take on the Greninja relatively well. I can Mirror Coat that, HP Electric that, I can take on the Deontay and Scald that. Kind of a jack of all trades here, Blastoise, and also keep those hazards off the field, which is so important to my team. Now we're bringing our Heracross, and this is where things the fire starts to get turned up for this set here. I'm bringing in max HP. We got a lot of physical bulk. We've got a lot of special bulk. 97% of the time, I live a max special attack Moonblast from a Mega Deontay. I can live 2 Iron Heads from an Excadrill. I can live all sorts of stuff, man. Aerial Ace from Life Orb Excadrill. Like, it is crazy. I, like, ran some serious calculations to rock this Heracross. I'm running Adamant. I don't actually have any attack investment. This thing is meant to be very, very bulky, so I can take those hits from the Mega Deontay, really catch them off guard there. I can take on the Excadrill. I can take on the Greninja. You know, this is a multi-purpose Pokemon here. We're going to be bringing our Reuniclus this week. This is a standard Reuniclus. Max special attack, max HP with the Quiet, Trick Room, Focus Blast, Signal Beam, Psychic. This actually wrecks his team if Stealth Rocks are up. If I can get Rocks up, we can really run through his team with this Pokemon, especially if he's chipped down. So I'm going to use that, and you can see I have quite a bit of, I don't know, usefulness out of Trick Room. And then last but not least is the real fire. I'm bringing a max special attack MAMOSWINE. Am I crazy? Maybe a little bit. We've got the Earthquake, Ice Shard, Freeze Dry, Stone Edge. I've got a little bit of attack investment, a little over 140 EVs in attack. I've got max special attack, and then 108 special defense EVs. This thing has the Pasho Berry, which reduces the power of water type moves. I've got Freeze Dry and Quiet Nature. That's gonna max out my special attack, lower my speed, because I really don't need speed in this matchup. And I've got Earthquake, Ice Shard, Freeze Dry, Stone Edge. You might be like, what are you doing, aDrive? And let me explain to you. The primary switch into this thing is gonna be a Gyarados. It's a really good switch into MAMOSWINE. I've got the Freeze Dry, I one-shot him. Greninja, I can take a Hydro Pump and Freeze Dry it and really, really weaken that thing. I can Earthquake the Deontay and the Excadrill. I can Stone Edge the Rotom, and I can Earthquake the Gigalith, and I love all those things. And also, I can two-shot some spreads of Alomomola. Very cool. He's got a couple water type attackers, as I mentioned, the Greninja, the Alomomola, the potential Gyarados, the Pasho Berries for that. This set may work, it may not work, but it's going to be fun to use it nevertheless. I'm going to get connected with Gator here. We're going to throw down in this matchup to see who is going to take the #1 spot of the league so far, and hopefully the heat comes in full effect. So hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and let me get connected with Gator and throw down. Alright guys, we are connected here with Gator. Let's find out exactly which 6 Pokemon he will be bringing for our matchup here. Like I said, I'm going to this match looking to try to see if we can pick up a W here, but I'm not really stressed too much. Like I said, we've locked our playoff spot. I feel really good about that. And, you know, I just wanted to bring some fun stuff this week and see what we can do. I do think my MAMOSWINE set, as wild as it kind of is, like, it should do something. It depends on the team he brings. If he brings Gyarados, I feel like it does something. If he brings Rotom, maybe it's not as effective. I really only get one shot to Freeze Dry and have that work for me. So we really have to kind of depend on what 6 he brings. But I could see myself leading MAMOSWINE. I think my Heracross is actually a very good lead as well. It matches up very well against his team in terms of having all that bulk. Like if he tried to lead Mega Deontay, I can kind of deal with that. So we'll see exactly which 6 Pokemon he's gonna be bringing and stuff like that. So excuse me, I'm chewing ice. I switched to well, I have actual ice cubes. My wife gave me the water, but I switched to crushed ice recently. Very good. Oh, and I should also plug this now while we're waiting for him. G Fuel. I drink it all the time. I actually usually don't drink it during my battles because I already have had 2 today. But you can use code aDrive, ADRIVE, to get 30% off your G Fuel purchase right now. So hashtag ad. But yeah, if you guys want to snag some G Fuel, my code's just running for a few more days. This goes up on Saturday, so I think maybe till like Monday or Tuesday, something like that. So you can use code aDrive, get a nice discount. It's a really good energy drink that I drink every single day. But I've already had some today. So anyway, what's he got? Okay, so a lot of what I expected. Crobat over Alomomola. So my Mamo set isn't gonna be as good, but he's got the Crobat. So I mean, I have Ice Shard and stuff. It's not like it's useless. But let's see, no Alomomola, which I'm actually glad about because Alomola's kind of annoying. I love Thundurus in this matchup. I love it, especially if I can get up a agility mid-late game. Very good. In terms of leads, I really like Mamo as a lead because I feel like it matches up pretty well against Greninja. It can match up against the Crobat. It can match up against the Gigalith. It matches up. I don't necessarily expect Rotom as a lead, but I can Stone Edge or Freeze Dry or whatever. So I'm definitely liking my Mamo lead, and because he didn't bring Gyarados, and because he didn't bring Alomomola, my Mamo lead isn't, like, Mamo isn't as important to me in this matchup as it would have otherwise been, so I'm a little more kind of willing to throw it out there. I'm actually curious, I'm gonna just run a quick calc here on the Rotom Heat, going for an overheat against me. I actually live it without a problem. We could Stone Edge and do a lot of damage to him That's if he's max special attack. If he's not invested, he really doesn't do much to us at all. So, and Stone Edge is a high crit ratio move, so that could be really clutch. I'm just calcing Ice Shard on the Crobat. Obviously, he's not gonna want to stay in there anyway. He would just U-turn out, predicting a potential Freeze Dry, or rather Icicle Crash or something like that. So I have a feeling that I kind of confused him a little bit with my 6, but that's all right. Yeah, I like Mamo. I like Mamo because I can Stone Edge against a couple different things, and if he leads Greninja, I just Freeze Dry it, and that's fine. And actually, Freeze Dry plus Life Orb damage plus Ice Shard knocks out Greninja, which is cool. Now he probably has Water Shuriken, excuse me, which is something we'll have to be kind of mindful of, but we'll see. So he's gonna probably lead Gren. Maruruk, that's gonna be the Greninja. Okay, so we're just gonna go for a nice Freeze Dry here, and we are gonna hopefully get a big amount of damage off on him. He does one of two things. He either U-turns out predicting me to switch, or he just goes straight for the offensive move. I can Earthquake, but Freeze Dry actually does a little bit more, so we're just gonna go for the Freeze Dry. And I have my Pasho Berry, so I know I can take one water hit from him. The only way he can knock me out is if he has max special attack, Hydro Vortex with Hydro Pump, and it's a 50% chance to knock me out. So I live everything else though. So we're gonna be in pretty good shape here to Freeze Dry, and Freeze Dry plus Ice Shard does knock him out most of the time. So it depends on the damage roll. We're gonna have to really keep an eye on that HP bar. But I expect if the Greninja to either be Scarfed or like Life Orb anyway, so he might take a little bit of damage there. But if I'm him, I just U-turn, to be honest. He might just U-turn right into Crobat or something, or Rotom. He's just gonna go for the U-turn, so exactly as I anticipated. He's probably like, wait a minute, why did he just stay in on me? And he is not Life Orb, so we'll see the U-turn. That's kind of what I expected, him to just U-turn out there. My Freeze Dry here is really good though. I would fully expect Rotom to come in here. Fully expect the Rotom to come in. And I could just Stone Edge that. I'm not really concerned about like what Rotom's gonna do to me, because if it overheats, it starts to lower its special attack, which can give me the opening to get my Thundurus in. So, and let me actually just take a look here on Thundurus. If Thundurus takes on the Gigalith and he's specially defensive, does my Z move knock him out? Here comes the Rotom, as expected. My Z move does not knock him out, so I need a Nasty Claw. We're gonna get like very little damage off here. It's about, I get a freeze, it doesn't matter because you can just overheat it off, so not a big deal. He's leftovers. And he can obviously overheat here if he wants to. I'm gonna Stone Edge, I think. I might go Blastoise as well. Like, what's his good Scald Switch in, really? You know, he has to overheat here, I think, to unthaw. And if he goes -2, then Blastoise doesn't really care about a Volt Switch. So I should actually just go Blastoise here. I'm gonna keep my MAMOSWINE around because it could actually be useful for Greninja later. As I mentioned, I kind of like the pressure I put on with Earthquake. And Ice Shard for Crobat's kind of nice too. So, big first turn freeze there. Yeah, I think he has to overheat here. But either way, like, Scald is really good against this team. It actually hits 4 of his members super effectively, so that's something to keep in mind too. I'm also going to have to be very cognizant of, I'm going to actually make a note here, Sand boosts Deontay's Videf. I just want to make a note of that as I'm thinking about it, looking at his team. Mega Deontay in Sand is going to be able to take hits a little bit better than, you know, than it otherwise would. So that could actually come into play with Thundurus primarily. But I really like Thundurus in this match. If he gets chipped down, like, Thundurus puts in a tremendous amount of work. So he's gonna just hard switch here. I'll see what he goes into. He's gonna go Bondrude, which is gonna be his Excadrill. This is totally fine for me. I am actually very cool with this play, because this gets me right into my Blastoise here. I don't know if he expected a Stone Edge there, or thought I was just gonna stay in, but I get my Blastoise in, and I'm in a situation where I could pretty freely Scald. There's really no other reason to do anything else, because even the Greninja is going to take some good damage here. And Rotom doesn't want to just come in on a Scald. And if Rotom comes in on the Scald, I can just take the Volt Switch, Mirror Coat him, and do big damage to whatever else comes in. So I'm actually really feeling this situation that we're in right now, because his Frozen Rotom is not going to do much to me, and I know I can live a hit from this Excadrill. I mean, a Tectonic Rage would do a lot, but he's going to just straight Earthquake here. We'll see if this is a 2-hit KO or not. He's going to knock me down pretty darn low. That is a very powerful Life Orb Excadrill. And I actually didn't even catch if he was Mold Breaker or not, but we're going to get that big Scald off here and actually just knock out the Excadrill. So I will take that. That's Torrent boosted, I think. So, Blastoise kills Exca with Scald. And I'll take that, you know? Like, I just got rid of an Excadrill. That's massive. I think that was Sandrush, because I don't think I saw, whatchamacallit. I don't think I saw him, going for, I don't think I saw Mold Breaker is what I'm trying to say. So, that's fine with me. Okay, Excadrill's gone. That's pretty massive. Blastoise getting a nice kill at KO there. We will take that. Excadrill was one of the things kind of in the way of Reuniclus, just because I was a little nervous about Focus Blast. Here comes Nat. That's going to be what, the Crobat? Yeah, here comes the Crobat. Okay. I'm sitting at what, 48? 48 out of 186. I really have to just let Blastoise go down here, I think. But let me just take a look at Crobat and what he's going to do to me. I mean, I could go Thundurus, but I don't think it's worth. Yeah, he's definitely going to knock me out if he just goes for a Brave Bird here. I don't think he Super Fangs. But I also don't think it's worth switching and saving Blastoise at this point in the match. So I'm just going to stay in here. I'm going to go for a Scald and just let him knock me out with a Brave Bird. He's going to do just that. So Crobat kills Blastoise. Brave Bird. He's just going to knock me out. Okay, that's fine with me. He actually gets some recoil damage there. I don't see anything else. So I have a couple options. I can go into my my Mamo and actually just Stone Edge, which is kind of a cool play, because Mamo can take some damage here from a Crobat. I mean, he could be Banded Bat. That's the only thing. If he's like Banded, I'm not going to take the hit. I don't know what set he is yet. So, and my Mamo's at what? 154, I think I said. 154 out of 185. So I'm at 83%. So a Banded Bat actually does knock me out. So Bronzong is really my play here. So we're gonna go Zong. The problem is I'm a little concerned about going Zong right now. I'm gonna do it. He very well could have Super Fang here, and he also could have Taunt. Those are two things that are very scary for me. But I want to get at my Stealth Rocks, so I'm gonna go for Stealth Rocks here. They're very good against this team. I could see him going Rotom here, but getting these rocks up are going to be very important to chip down that Rotom and the Crobat coming in. So we're going to do that. We saw Brave Bird. That Freeze Dry freeze on the Rotom was actually, you know, pretty crippling for him, because that forces him into going for Overheat at some point, but either way. I also want to make note too that he doesn't have a really good switch in to just me rock blasting now with Heracross, so we have the freedom to do that at some point in the match if needed. But the only other thing I'll mention is I don't have my own rocks up. He does have Super Fang. Okay, so that's fine. I expected that. And I'll get my rocks up in exchange for the Super Fang, so that's fine. Not super concerned. I get my rocks up. Super Fang's up. That's cool with me. Get a little health back. I'm in a decent spot here. I could potentially take another Super Fang, or I could switch out. Realistically, like, there's nothing I want to switch into. You know, I really wanted to keep my Bronzong healthy because I think it's important for the Deontay. And it is important for the Deontay. So what do I want to do? Do I just want to sack off my MAMOSWINE? Or no? I feel like if I let my Bronzong take so much damage, that's not going to be good. I think I have to Gyro Ball. I'm going to Gyro Ball. It could just get the Gigalith in, but I'm very nervous about the Deontay right now. I'm going to be honest. I'm actually very nervous about it. But with a little bit of chip damage on Gigalith, Thundurus can really put in the work against him. So we'll see what he's going to do. I could see a U-turn here into Rotom or something. Yeah, I need to find my opportunity. Like, Rotom is a really good setup opportunity for Thundurus. He's going to Super Fang again. So he has a strategy here. His strategy is very clearly weaken Bronzong, so that way Deontay can win this game. And we're going to do big damage there. Actually get a crit, almost knock him out. But he's going to be able to live on a Sliver. But I can just Gyro Ball again. Or I can Earthquake predicting the Roost. Ooh. What do I dare do here? Like, Bronzong's really low. I I mean, I could Earthquake, predict the Roost, and do a good amount of damage to him. Like, Gyro should be able to do over half to him. If he's not flying type on an Earthquake, it does about the same. So I think I just Gyro. Where's flying? I'm just gonna Gyro. He could just keep Roost stalling me, but I think he's gonna Z. Okay. He's gonna fly Z into me. This might knock me out, I don't know. I'm gonna assume it is. Supersonic Sky Strike. Alright, I'm assuming this is gonna knock me out. I mean, I could obviously revenge with Mamo, so I'm not like super concerned. Oh, we live in anyway, dude. Bronzong's a beast. Okay, so we got rid of the Crobat now. I do want to mention, like, that was good and all, but it's not the greatest thing in the world because now my Bronzong is so weak that he can revenge it with pretty much everything. And that's not good. Definitely not super good. But his Z move is used, which means my Heracross can actually do a lot of work now. And I can just freely close combat as well, which is massive. Because if Heracross comes in and it clicks close combat, something dies, which is huge. So Heracross is looking very strong right now. I really just have to play this endgame proper and don't let it get away from me. Don't lose to Greninja or whatever, you know? I don't know if he would run Sash Greninja or if I should Pin Missile it or Rock Blast it, but I think I just close combat if I get my Heracross in. Yeah. And I mean, Mamo doesn't really do much in this match except for try to deal with the Gigalith. So, I wonder what he would do here if he goes Gigalith. Like, I could just see him going Greninja and just going for a U-turn, just trying to knock me out. He can't go Rotom because it's frozen. Not that it would be able to do much anyway. And Reuniclus can Trick Room on a couple things. Obviously, I have to be very mindful if I Trick Room that Gigalith is probably going to actually be faster than me under Trick Room. So I have to be very mindful of that because I don't really have a good Gigalith switch in either. So Trick Room might not even be my play anymore. My play might just be fire off Signal Beams or Psychics. Here comes Uzen, which is going to be the Deontay, okay? So he is likely to just go for the KO here. He's probably going to try to Diamond Storm knock me out, which could be a really good play on his part. If he gets a boost on the Diamond Storm, how does that impact things with Heracross? Because that's going to make a big difference. He's going to be sitting at... if I Bullet Seed 5 times, he's at +2 defense. He actually could live. That's really scary. That could really mess me up. Alright. I mean, my play here is to Gyro Ball anyway. But he's going to go for the Diamond Storm and try to get a boost. I'm sure of it. I need him to not get this boost right now. I need him to absolutely not get a boost right now. He's going to Moonblast. Okay. Okay. Long's gone. Alright, gotta do a quick bit of research here on Deontay. Just want to do a quick bit of research on Deontay here. Deontay. I don't think it gets anything that would be concerning here. HP Flying would be the only thing, but I think he would just run Moonblast. Why would you run HP Flying? Okay, here's my play. Do I Heracross here and just close combat and go for the KO? That's hasty if he's adamant. I have to Bullet Seed probably. I could take that. Modest. Okay. I think I go Heracross. Heracross just comes in, clicks close combat. Oh yeah, he is a little weakened though. Yeah, close combat should kill. He took 12%. Close combat kills. Alright. There's Bullet Seed. Alright, let's do it. Alright, I think I Bullet Seed. I don't want to take the defense drop if I don't have to. Although I'm going to take big damage. I'm just saying if, like, a defense drop if he switches, but... I think I just close... Like, what are the chances he goes into... He doesn't go Gigalith here under any circumstances. I don't think he goes Rotom. Rotom would be the only thing I could see him going into. And if he goes Rotom, then, like, I can always switch out and go into Thundurus and try to set up on him. I think close combat's the better play, though. Yeah, I'm gonna close combat. Close combat does... Well, close combat doesn't do as much, that's the thing. Bullet Seed does more. Let me just double check this. Bullet Seed does 150 because of 5 hits. I'm gonna Bullet Seed. Okay. I have a 93% chance to live his Moonblast, so that's what I'm going for here. He's got to be really confused. He's gonna stay in, so obviously. He's got to think he's got to be thinking to himself, Moonblast kills, like, why are you staying in here? But I should be able to live this. 93% of the time I live this hit, so he goes with the Moonblast. I should live this. We should live this, no problem. That's exactly how you do it, right there. Okay, that's gone. All right. Okay. The Rotom is really the thing I'm most concerned about now. But he's got to go Greninja now. He's got to go Greninja. So he's going to go Greninja here. I know he's not Z. Yeah, here comes the Greninja. I don't know what he is, but he takes rocks damage. So I'm just gonna stay in. I mean, I don't really feel any reason to save this dude. Yeah, there's no reason to save Scarborn at this point because Reuniclus can beat the Gigalith, and so can everything else, I think. So yeah, we're just gonna go for the Bullet Seed and just let him knock me out. I'll see what move he goes for. Yeah, Dark Pulse. Okay. So I'm in the. Alright, let's see here. Greninja kills Heracross with Dark Pulse. Okay, I'm kind of in the belief right now that he's Scarf or Specs. And he's locked into Dark Pulse. How much does Dark Pulse do to me if he's Specs? Like, let's assume he's Specs. Thundurus comes in. He's Specs. Like, what is he doing to me? Not enough. I mean, not enough. So I think I just go Thundurus, and I just click Thunderbolt. And if you want to go Rotom, that's fine. I could Z-move into it, or I can just set up on it, set up an Agility, and then Z-move into it. Yeah. I don't think he Specs, though. Alright, I'm gonna go Flash Drive here. Right? Yeah, that's my play. That's my play. That's my play. Alright, my play T is T-Bolt, I think. It's T-Bolt. It's not Agility. I would love to Agility here, I just don't think that's the play. Because either way, I'm going to have to weaken that. Like, he's going to just switch into Rotom, I think. I'm going to Agility. I'm assuming I'm faster than... If I'm 168 times 2, I got to be faster than a Greninja at +1. If he's 191... Yeah, I'm definitely faster. I'm going to Agility here. Because if Rotom comes in, even a defensive Rotom, I can set up further. I just Nasty Plot against the Rotom Heat, and then I definitely win. I mean, he's got Water Shuriken, but all-out pummeling definitely KOs. If he's max HP, he might live, but... Alright, we're gonna go for the Agility. See if he's gonna switch. Yeah, he switches. He probably goes Rotom here. He goes Regu. Is that the Gigalith? Yeah, he goes Rotom. That's perfect for me. Alright, he takes Rocks damage. And now I'm in a situation where he has to overheat, I think. I I think he has to overheat here, and if he's not invested, he only does 60% to me. What does Greninja's Water Shuriken do? If he specs, because he could be specs Greninja, which is again my biggest concern is the specs Greninja with Water Shuriken. Yeah, I mean I want a nasty plot really badly right now, but if he has Water Shuriken and he goes for that, I mean I know if I nasty plot we're in a really good spot though. He's gonna overheat me either way. I'm in a nasty plot. He's gonna overheat, I'm sure of it. I'm gonna have to take damage here, but I think this is ultimately the right play. He's frozen solid. Oh, he doesn't even bother. Okay, wow. All right, now I have a tough decision to make. Do I go for the Focus Blast here? I mean, I'm gonna have to hit a Focus Blast eventually. So do I do it against the thing that's sleeping, or I mean frozen? Like Z move into this now? I think I just Focus Blast and hope I hit it. I'm gonna have multiple tries to hit it. Or do I just do it? I'm gonna have to hit the Gigalith with the Focus Blast, I guess. No, I think I Z move now. I Z move now. We're gonna all out pummeling now. Get the KO now. Alright. Get the KO now. Because I'm in a situation now where I'm plus 2 special attack. I'm gonna do a lot of damage to a Gigalith. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of damage to Gigalith. Gigalith's so strong, dude. Yeah, I probably should have saved my Z actually. Now that I look at the calcs, I think I should have saved my Z. Thundy kills Rotom with oh, I did that already. I should have saved my Z move. I should have Focus Blast there. I was in a situation where I could have Focus Blast there. Here comes the Gigalith. Alright, so I gotta hit a Focus Blast. Or the alternative option is I simply go for the safe T-Bolt here just to get damage off on this thing. Is the other option. T-Bolt does like 60%. It is one of those interesting situations because MAMOSWINE comes in against Gigalith and it does enough. It should do 60% to him. So I'm thinking at T-Bolt for guaranteed damage, Mamo comes in and then it could freely Earthquake, knock out this thing. Then the Greninja comes in. He has to either Water Shuriken or Dark Pulse me. He passed a lock and a Dark Pulse, I think. That's tough, dude. That's tough. What is the better play here? I think it's Focus Blast, dude. Don't miss. Don't miss. I don't want to lose to Greninja with Dark Pulse flinch. I don't want to lose to Greninja. I'm gonna Focus Blast. Don't miss. Ah, he's Choppel. Okay. So T-Bolt was the better play, but that's okay. Ooh, that was big damage. He's got to hit a Stone Edge though. Explosion. All right. Gigalith explodes and kills Feathers. All right. So now what does he do? Does he Dark Pulse? Is he Specs? Like, I have no idea what to expect right now. He has to Dark Pulse. And if he Specs, I think he wins. I think if he Specs, he wins the game. And I'm pretty sure he is Specs. MAMOSWINE versus Greninja. I mean, it doesn't matter. I think my play here is to go into Greninja either way. Or to go into Mamo either way. But a Choice Spec set, I think does... Actually, I think Permafrost lives it. I think Permafrost lives the hit. If I don't get flinched here, I actually live as Specs. Because I'm at... What did I say? I actually live this. 154 out of 185. I'm at 83. I live it. He does 60 to 71. I live if he doesn't flinch me. Freeze Dry. Just don't flinch me and we win the game. I'm pretty sure. Because I can take a Hydro Pump. I can take a Hydro Pump. Go for Hydro Pump. I think if he is Specs Dark Pulse, I live this though. Just don't flinch me and we win the game. That's it. Don't flinch me and we win the game. And don't crit me either. Pretty sure, man. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. He's weighing out his options, what his best play is. Does he Hydro Pump? Does he Dark Pulse? I feel like Dark Pulse is his play, but he knows he has to knock me out first. He's already seen Freeze Dry. So I feel like he's got to bank on a 20% flinch. So We did get that freeze early in the game for some hacks there. It really messed up his Rotom, but he's gonna Dark Pulse. Just don't flinch me, dude. He's gotta be Specs, man. Yes! That's it, dude. Yeah! There we go. That's how you do it, dude. We're gonna win 2-0 and take the #1 spot of the league, man. Props to Gator, dude. Obviously, that freeze on his Rotom was pretty massive. It kind of crippled that thing early game. Made it so he really couldn't do much with it. Became setup fodder for my Thundurus, which ultimately, how much does that matter? I don't know, because obviously, like, I would have been I don't know if he had Water Shuriken or what would have happened there. But obviously, I would have been in a situation where, like, I still had my Reuniclus, which would have done a lot of damage to his team. You know, I could have Psychic the Giggle. We had a lot of options there. It wasn't like we were pinned against the wall there, but I gotta say, very happy with my prep, dude. Max HP, incredibly specially defensive Heracross coming up clutch against Deontay. That allowed me to play a little bit more recklessly with my Bronzong. My MAMOSWINE set actually came in super clutch. I had the Pasho Berry there, which we never used, but the Freeze Dry ended up actually being huge because it froze the Rotom. Really limited that thing. Now, again, I do want to say, like, he could have unthawed, I think, with Overheat. I'm pretty sure that's how the mechanic works, but he didn't want to give me the opportunity to come in with Thundurus, I think. So definitely some hacks there, but MAMOSWINE comes in, does not get flinched at the end of the match. Very, very big there. I don't know if he was, like, I think he was Specs, but it would have been very interesting because it would have come down to if he had choice Specs and gone for a Dark Pulse against my Reuniclus. Does my Reuniclus live that? My Reuniclus actually had a 50% chance to live that hit as well. So we would have had another opportunity there. I would have been able to potentially just go for a Signal Beam and knock him out. So and Signal Beam would have knocked him out if I had gone for it. So there was still some opportunities there to win that game. I should have definitely actually been a little bit more prepared because I do feel like that was Specs. But GG's to Gator. We're gonna move to 9 wins and 2 losses. We have our final week next week against Gym Leader Geo's replacement. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one, man. Hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new. Go follow the WBE on Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.